Hi, my name's Elle and I am learning to be a seamstress. So, this top is quite intense on the camera, but it's very cold and it's warm. This is a me-made jumper and I could not tell you. I mean, the fabric's from Minerva. It is a stretch jersey and it's a McCall's pattern. If I find out what the pattern is, I'll go back on my Instagram, have a look, and I'll write it down. It's got these really cool sleeves that go into this cuff here. But I'm not sure how I feel about this neckline because it's kind of like a boat neckline. However, it's, I don't know, like proportionally, I just think maybe it should be a bit bigger or smaller. I don't know. Maybe if it was just like a normal turtleneck, I think I would have preferred it. So I am here to do a little quick video for you. It is the, I'm going to say the date just to keep myself accountable to actually edit this video, because previously I would just record stuff and then just not edit it and then post it like a month later. So today is the 12th of December. Let's see when this gets posted. I wanted to talk to you about a skirt I want to make. I got this cool fabric from Rainbow Fabrics. It's a remnant, a wool remnant. It's green and cream and it's check and think it's very cute and Christmassy, and I want to make a mini skirt. Now, oh God, guys, I got a new chair. I've got a new sewing chair and it's a swivel, which is why I'm doing this. I've never done that in videos before because I've always had a static chair. I need to not do that because no one wants to see me swiveling around. So Elle, it's gonna remember, no swiveling. I don't know whether I'm going to self-draft it, eyeball it, just have a little play around, or whether I'm gonna use a pattern. So for now, I'm gonna go through my stash, see if there's a pattern I like. If not, I'm going to try and self-draft it and I'll keep you posted. Cool. So I started off by taking some measurements, my hips, my waist, the length of the skirt that I wanted. And I didn't use a traditional pattern and I didn't fully self-draft it. I actually ended up using the instructions from the By Hand London DIY Peplum skirt. So that skirt, it has a sheath underneath, which rhymes, which is a kind of high-waisted, close-fitting, simple A-line skirt. So I thought I'd use those instructions to make this skirt. So you basically draw a line for your waist measurement, your hip measurement, and then they give you some other maths bits that you need to connect this line to this line, and etc, etc. So I found that those instructions were the best to help me create this very simple mini A-line skirt. And it did work really, really well. Here's me just measuring some more bits. So ignore my washing in the background. I, to my measurements, have drawn my front skirt. Just a very simple A-line skirt. Sorry about the sound of the cutting. And I'm going to cut it out now, do the same for my back. So yeah, as you can tell, I didn't find a pattern that I liked, so I'm just going to do a very simple one. And now, why is my table wet? And then now I'm going to move on to do my back skirt, then my waistband, then we're going to cut it out. And it is freezing in here. Okay, so I've decided, obviously I've just made my pattern pieces, and I'm going to use the selvage of the fabric as the bottom. I just think it will give it that really cool added detail. I don't even know where I'm looking. I'm just so not used to filming from this angle. So now I'm going to go ahead and place my pattern pieces where I think they'll look best on the fabric. We're going to cut it out and then I will take you back to my sewing machine where you rightly belong. I'm in a weird mood. Okay, so I've pinned, well, I've sewn down one side and then I've sewn the bottom there but not the top. I need to add the waistband, but first I'm going to pinch in 2 dots on the front and 2 dots on the back so it gives it some more shape, because at the moment obviously it's quite shapeless. And yeah, hopefully it'll look good. Okay, cool. So I have added 2 dots onto the front and 2 darts onto the back. So to recap, we just have a back piece and a front piece, both with darts that I've placed either side. I mean, maybe I could have done that placement better, but I mean the stripes are already off center anyway. So I've used the selvage as the bottom. The skirt is looking rather short, maybe a bit too short, but you know what, it's going to be a thick tights winter skirt anyway. I have cut a waistband piece, which is the whole length of the top of my skirt, plus a little bit extra because I can't decide if I want to do like a flap over, because it's going to have a side zip and maybe a waistband flap and a button, but I haven't decided, but we'll see, we'll get to that in a minute. So right sides together, I have sewn one. Oh, she's a blurry one. She can't focus. Anyway, I've sewn down one side, right sides together, and I will do the same for the other side. Then I'm going to turn it out so I have a nice, have I done that the right side? Yeah. Nice sharp corner, and then I'm going to attach it to the top of my skirt. This is a very speedy project. Imagine if I also edit and post this video on the 12th of December. I doubt I will. But if you're watching me today and it's the 12th of December, but also if it's another date, then that's fine. So I've got my what's it called, dressing gown on because I'm so cold. My zip is now in. I forgot that obviously I had to do my zip before my waistband, so that's what I had to go back and do. And I'm going to give it a press, and then I should be adding on my waistband. Okay, so I'm like fully in my dressing gown with my scissors and the rest of my fabric. I have made the skirt, but I thought with this leftover fabric, which is actually quite a lot, thought I'd make a matching top, so it's like a Co-Ord. Couldn't think what top to make that would work in this fabric. Obviously it's like a wool mix, but then I thought maybe I could make a Rose Cafe Bustier that I would wear on top of a like roll neck jumper. Because obviously I'm going to be wearing this, well I don't know if I told you, but I think I'm going to wear it Boxing Day, so it's going to be quite cold, so this is more just like a fashion element on top of a roll neck. So I'm going to make the Rose Cafe Bustier, but I'm going to make it slightly bigger obviously because I want to be able to fit something underneath. So I think I'm going to have a look at the pattern pieces and probably add a centimetre on to each pattern piece. So yeah, maybe I won't see you for the rest of the evening, but when I start sewing it tomorrow, I will get back to you. Bye-bye. So it's the morning and I am now cutting out my lining pieces. As you can see here, I've just found this cotton in my stash which I had a little remnant of, and yeah, I am going to cut these out and then get to the sewing machine, and then wearing a hat because it's cold still. Okay, so it is back in the sewing room. That doesn't make any sense. So I took a few days off, like 2 days, just I had 2 events on, and I completely forgot. Oh, then I came back to this today and started making the Rose Cafe Bustier and completely forgot that I was like meant to be vlogging it. So I just remembered as it, ow! Just poked myself with a pin. As it was getting dark, that I need to show you my progress. So this is my outer shell so far. These are, I'm just having a nightmare, all the bits of the bodice. So as you can see, my boob's going to go in there with the cover on. I have top stitched here. That was the closest green I could get, which isn't close. But oh well. These are, this is one breast done. A cup, it's not called a breast. So that's the one cup. I think it's going to look so cute. I don't know yet what I'm going to do for the straps, but, you know, I'll come to that when that happens. Bye. Oh, it's a little bit dark. Got a drink now, so this will probably get progressively worse. It's Friday night, so why not? So I have constructed my lining exactly the same way that I constructed the main body. Sorry, it is so dark. So I'm basically just doing exactly the same thing, but for my lining fabric, and then I'm going to attach them together. I might not record any more today just because you can't really see much. Tomorrow I should finish everything up and give you a rundown of how it went and hopefully finish it. So yeah, chin chin. I was going to cheers, but it's behind me. Hello, so the update is, I can't even remember where I left off, but I have made my bustier, well, almost. So this is the front, this is the lining. Again, I apologise for how dark it is. I've just tried it on though, and it doesn't seem like there's going to be enough give or enough excess fabric to do the buttons that I wanted to do, because I wouldn't be able to get it over my head if I just did the zip, because I don't think my shoulders would go through the bottom. So there's like I could do poppers potentially, but my popper thing doesn't work. Ideally you'd want to do like eyelets and like lace it up with ribbon to tie at the back, but I don't have eyelets. My only option that I can think of is to do buttonholes as eyelets and then put ribbon through the buttonholes, but I just don't know if that's going to look terrible. So I'm going to try and have a think about what to do, but once that is done, I have put bias binding on the bottom. Let me just... So the edge is all finished. Oh, a little bit of thread. So once I find out how to close it, then my two-piece is done and we can finally finish this video. So hopefully I'll come up with an amazing idea. Finally recording in daylight, although I did just wake up like 10 minutes ago, so this is how I look and sound like. But I'm so close to the end, I just want to get this video done. So last night, oh no, I already showed you the bias binding last night. I decided against doing the buttons because I tried it on and I was pretty tight at the back. Once I tried it on, I only really had like this much, about a centimetre and a half each side left over, which obviously I didn't think was enough to like fully turn it over and get the buttonhole. I mean, it maybe could have been, but it also, actually when they overlapped, it wouldn't have been for the buttons. So I've now decided to go with rouleau loops and to like lace up the back. So I had this grey bias binding, which is what I used to bind the bottom of the top. So I basically just sewn this up. Okay, my camera won't focus on this because I think it's grey on grey, but I've sewn this up and I'm just going to cut rouleau loops and do 4 on each side and then lace it up, and then hopefully the garment will be finished. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. I will show you a photo of the finished garment or a video in the next slide. Next slide, who am I? Oh my god, I'm not a politician. Yeah, I'm starting to go a bit delirious with this project because it's gone from being the most simple skirt ever to just being this whole Co-Ord two-piece situation that's lasted quite a few days. So thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you soon, probably in the new year. Merry Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate, and Happy New Year.